everybody. How are you? Welcome to Purely Patricia's Dress Up Party. I am so excited that I've created this venue for all of us who are getting all dressed up and had no place to go. Hi, Marcus. Hi, Teddy Wings, Jojo, Flower, Milady. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. I have started this show so that I can bring on vibrant, colorful, wonderful creatives who want to share their lives and also their dress up. And to come on the show, you get dressed up and you talk about what you're wearing and about your lifestyle and what it means to you. As you can see, our guest is very colorful, and so I was compelled to show up for her with neon headpiece. And Allison Eden Studios is somebody that I met, and when I saw her in all of her gorgeous feathers and display, I knew that I wanted her not only in my life, but I wanted to become her friend. And we have become friends. She's a magical person who does amazing, amazing things. I started to read her bio, and most people's bios are really boring. And I decided to stop because I was becoming intimidated. And so when you get to meet her, you're going to just fall in love with her like I did. So this is how this is going to work. On Wednesdays, every Wednesday at 5:15, Purely Patricia's Dress Up Party invites guests. And I want you all to come and bring your friends. On Friday, I would like for those of you who would like to go into your closets and come out into the world. So into the closet and out into your life with something that you've never worn before and that you bought, or something that you're not sure about how to wear, and that you can come on and make a guest appearance on Friday. And then Allison, our guest today, is going to be the judge and choose the person who she thinks was the most courageous and exciting. So without further ado, I'm going to invite Allison to come on. Hi, Ronnie. Hi, RG. We're on the road with RGE, someplace you want to go. I want to say hello and welcome a few people while Allison comes on, and I'm going to accept her. Hi, Taba. And Gay Forever. I like that, Gay Forever. Why not? And next week, we're going to have Michael Tavano, who's an amazing, amazing designer, and he's going to do cross-dressing into interior design. So that should be very, very interesting. So we're waiting for Allison to come on. And I'm sure, hi there. Hi, it's Deborah for Gibby Deborah. Hi, Deborah. Thank you for joining us. And Sherry and the Prince of Wallpaper is on. Okay. So now where is our guest? In any event, hi, Tom. Thank you for joining me. Missy, Melissa, Simon. Okay. So, Tom, let's see. Allison. So, one of the things about doing this is the technology. It doesn't really make me nervous. So, I want to talk a little bit about what Allison actually does. She's built a fashion empire. Thank you, Marcus. Let's see where she is. Anyone? Okay. Boop. Okay, Allison Eden Studios is saying hi. And Allison, you have to put, here she comes.
Hello.
Allison. Hello, Allison. Welcome. Can you hold your camera still so we can hear you?
Hello.
I promise I wasn't. Thank you. Take that off. We don't do anything that reminds us about this. Is a fun show, and I'm so excited to see you. You're going to have to hold your camera nice and still so people don't get dizzy. There you go. Hi.
It's so nice to be on. Thank you.
Well, I have to tell you, the way we started our day, I found so exciting, Allison. Do you want to tell, or would you like me to say that we were both in bed with each other over our telephones, and next to you was your gorgeous husband, Gary. And
Oh.
that's how we started our day. And that's how friendly we are. We take our, no makeup, no dressed up. So Allison, tell us a little bit. I know that you're a colorful person like I am, and I was instantly drawn to you. Do you remember where and how we met?
At the Jacob Javits Center. I think it was like New York Now, ICFF, Architectural. I don't know which one, but you were so beautiful and vibrant and fabulous, and I knew I just had to know you.
We were like two magnets, right? So let me ask you a little bit. How did you were you looking for a passion? Tell us a little bit about. I know you have a husband and two children. And I wanted to know, Gary, you and I are not for the faint of heart. Would you agree? So the men in our lives have to be really strong and powerful. Gary probably, I don't know if he would agree. But when you first met your husband, what was that like and what circumstances were they? And we're going to keep our answers a little moving along because I have a great thing for you.
So I went to FIT and I actually met Gary at Jekyll and Hyde in the Village. And I knew the night that I met him at the bar while I was living in the dorm, I was marrying him. He was working on Wall Street. He was very conservative, and well, it was good for me. But he was so different than I was. I was a student at FIT in fashion design. I was making fun clothes, and I used to have him come to my dorm, and I would make him macaroni and cheese, and he stuck around. I mean, he was like a man. He actually had a job. I was just in art school having fun.
So being an artist and having fun doesn't, but now you're I think the breadwinner, and Gary actually works with you. I mean, how does that work at home in any event? And tell us a little bit about your business. I know that your first job was doing a Burger King floor. I would have been so nervous, but I think you jumped right into it, right? Tell us about that.
Well, I was always a hustler. I moved to New York City, and I loved it here. And I knew I had to stay. And I moved here with like $200. My parents were like, you're either going to make it or you're not. And so I took an ad out in every single newspaper, or the Yellow Pages, excuse me. And I said I was
an the Yellow Pages at one point.
What?
I dated the owner of the Yellow Pages.
Oh, okay. Oh, too bad I didn't know you. I took 100 ads out. I said I was an architect, an interior designer, a seamstress, a fashion designer. I mean, anywhere I could place an ad, I did. And I had just started making mosaics, and I got a call from a Burger King opening on 46th Street between 6th and 7th, and they said that they needed a mosaic floor of the Brazilian wave, but they needed it in 3 weeks, and nobody in the tri-state area could do it. And I said, of course, you've come to the right place. But I had no idea what flooring even was. No clue. So I actually rented a car. I drove to Home Depot, and I bought a video on how to tile a floor. And I showed up to my job site. I hired some guys, and I tiled this floor in the middle of the winter. And it was wonderful. I did it.
Does it still exist? Can we all go over there and get a Burger King and up on your floor?
I wish now. They tore down the building, and it's like a Hampton Inn at this point. It's like condos/hotel.
So your Burger King floor would be worth a fortune if we actually had it, right?
Oh, well.
So
that was my very first job.
And what happened after that, Allison? I mean, I know you have a studio in Brooklyn, and I know how big and important your business has become. The thing about you is very, very few people that I meet in my life am I inspired by. I'm so inspired and in awe of every time I talk to you. You're so natural, and like you manage this business with people coming. I tell people, oh, she does cruise ships and hotels and nightclubs, but you're always so calm and collected. So after you did that Burger King floor, and I have a little list of things that I'm going to ask you that we're going to go like this. So I want to get to that. But tell me, Like, what happened? Did this seem like it was a passion for you and it came to you naturally?
Well, I always loved interior design, but I was in the fashion design world, and I really wanted to I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I wanted to do fashion, interior design, and I walked by a store one day. They had glass. I fell in love with the glass. I bought some. I made a sample. I didn't even know what tile was. I took it around in the garment center to see if anybody liked what I did. And I
You
my,
took, wait.
I took my little samples that I made on cardboard. I broke it with a hammer, and I glued these little samples, and I walked around the garment center saying, besides, if you want some sportswear, do you want to see what I do? And so I would walk around, and I actually got jobs doing doing mosaics in the garment center. So I thought, you know what, I'm getting my own showroom. And I quit my job. And it's very funny because to this day, my first boss still calls me to come back. And I'm always like, I have my own gig.
He knew a good thing when he saw it, right?
Right. I'm like, I kind of am doing my own thing, but I'd love to come back one day. But, right now I'm kind of making mosaics. So, so I love doing it, and it became my passion. And interior design, my mother was an interior designer, and in the 80s when everything was so glam, and I think my mother looked like Crystal Carrington, and I just loved all that over the top. And even in high school, I was always very into fashion. I was on a J. Crew budget, but I liked Christian.
Noriega Ortiz. You should see some of the people that are coming up. He's a very well-known designer, and maybe you might want to take a second and say hello to your friends.
Oh,
and I'm going to tell people who we're here with. We're here with Allison Eden, who is a Mosaic Mavin. She's an amazing, colorful creative who turns plain, simple to over-the-top dramatic. That's why I'm so drawn to her, because I always feel a little like a plain Jane when I'm with her. So that's who we're with today. And she's telling us a little bit about her story. Do you see any of your friends, son?
Oh, I'm trying to hold the phone so I don't see, but
yeah, no. Okay. So Allison, I put together, we only have like a half an hour together. Oh, there's your yellow ceiling.
Okay. I don't know how to, hold on. I don't know how to switch it. Gary.
Push. Okay. Welcome. Oh, show us well, keep it that way and give us a little tour of your house, Allison. What is that?
Okay. Well, I'll take you on a little tour. You want to see my husband? Okay.
Yeah, but I want to see your husband.
Well, here's my dressing room. I know that you were all into fashion, but I don't know how to switch it. Okay.
I don't want you to switch it. Keep it. No.
No, you're on me.
Hi, Gary.
Hi, Purely Patricia. How are you?
I'm good. How is that?
Good
okay,
to see
hold
you.
your phone still. Listen, we have a little accident that happened. Can you help Allison turn her phone around and give us a quick tour and show the people your portrait out in show the people your portrait out in the hallway and some of your beautiful art.
All right, you want to see something funny? Okay, I will show you. Oh, so here are my mosaics. Okay.
So where are we, Allison? Give us a walking tour and tell us what we're looking at. What is that?
Okay, well, this is my closet. Would you like to see? So yes. This is my closet for, I know you're very into fashion, so this is my closet for my short things. So nobody really sees it, but it's very messy.
Now, Allison.
Oh, my disco ball
Allison,
floor.
Look at that floor.
I would show you my toes walking on it, but I'll do it quickly.
Allison, I want to ask you a question. I know that we had a conversation once about hoarding, and you consider yourself, put us back. You don't, okay, you can, now you know how to go back and forth, because I don't want to stop. I mean, this is so wonderful.
Well, this is just my half clothes, my.
Oh, wait, I know that hairpiece. That's a hairpiece.
It is I have a lot of hair pieces. I love the hair pieces. Well, so, I mean, I have in my room too.
Do you live with a lot of mosaics? Let's see some of that mosaic work again.
Okay. Well, this is a big mosaic. So these are my closet doors. So when I bought my apartment, I needed a lot of closets because I am,
A hoarder. You can say it. I know you're a hoarder.
I am a hoarder, but I'm a
What's
fashion
that,
hoarder.
Monroe?
That's Marilyn Monroe. And if you look up close, you could see the smoke from her cigarette. This is my self-portrait. It was when I had pink hair.
I love that. I love that hairdo and that necklace, and that's all mosaic.
Wait, now Gary has the phone. And my diamond outfit.
Oh, you're wearing diamonds, and is that a mosaic or is that a painting?
No, it's a mosaic.
You know, your work is so exquisite. It looks like a painting.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you.
Can you hold it up close so we can see what it actually looks like?
Oh, should I move?
Nikki thinks that fashion hoarders are the best.
Oh, I'll show you my other closet.
So Allison, you're getting a lot of support on hoarding.
Oh yeah, hoarding is my thing.
Well, it's obviously a lot of people's thing. So tell us about your dress and that mosaic. Did you make that dress or did you make the mosaic first?
Oh, the mosaic first and then the outfit. So I was able to put my love of mosaic tile into fashion now. Being in my 50s and doing this forever, I'm so happy I could bring my love of fashion back using my prints.
Show us some more.
Let me show you another. This is my Mona Lisa.
Oh my goodness, look at her. All mosaic. Can Gary take the camera and go up a little closer so we can actually see the detail?
I'm very, very into detail. And I hand drew.
Hi, Rebecca. Rebecca Weinberg just joined us. She's a famous stylist. I love her.
Well, I worked on Sex in the City. I did remember when Charlotte went to the mikvah? I did the mikvah scene. And I did the floor in the movie Sex in the City when the 4 girls walked out. It was a pink and gold floor when they were supposed to be in Morocco. So I did that floor. I did it in my studio in the city.
Rebecca, do you remember that? Comment on that if you remember that Sex in the City. So keep going, Allison. Let's see some more.
But Charlotte's mikvah scene was fabulous. I made it in the hallway of my studio, and because it was so big, they threw me out of my studio because I was working in the hallways. So what can I do? Okay, so where are we going?
Well,
I
want to see your portrait of Gary and you that your neighbors don't speak to you. That's where we're going to end up, although there's another diamond, right?
Yeah, okay, I'll show you something really funny that I actually won in an auction. And it's sitting in my common hallway.
Wait. Give us a little history because I've seen it and I want just I know that you and Gary not only participate and create a beautiful life, but you're also very charitable. And when something is in auction, you'll often bid on it. We've been to events like the Bailey House together. And so you won this as an auction for like $5.50?
Well, no, it wasn't. It wasn't for what it was. It was a deal. Wait till you see this. Now, mind you, this is my common hallway and I share it with all my neighbors. Don't laugh.
Do they hate you or love you?
We're all good friends. I have an 8-foot portrait of myself.
Come on, Gary, we need to see that. Go up higher, Gary. Oh my goodness, go up higher, Gary. Higher. There you go. It's fabulous. Hi, Barbara. Nice to see you. That's fabulous. No, I have to tell you, this is why I love you. Oh, there you go. Who was the artist? Let's give a shout out to the artist.
Mario.
His name is Mario Tucci, and it was on Long Island. And he was wonderful. He offered to make a portrait, and he came and we actually we were in the New York Cannabis Film Festival. That's a whole nother story. that he took the video or the picture at the festival. So this is it.
It's fabulous, Lord.
Oh,
It's so fabulous. It's just fabulous. So, Allison, come on in.
okay.
Into your house and have a seat. I've got some questions for you.
Okay.
There, you'll know the answers to them. And I want the answers to be, really, not boring details, but the exciting parts of it. And Gary, you need to hold the camera still on your wife. And are you ready? So let me tell you so you'll know what's going to happen. Why don't you sit down and make yourself comfortable? What are we seeing now? What's behind? Oh, okay, that's perfect. What is that?
I'll stand behind a mosaic. I mean,
Is that your fireplace?
Yes. I made it.
Everybody's going to want to come to your home, Allison. I've been to your parties. They're the most fabulous parties with the most wonderful people.
Well, okay. It's colorful, so.
I love that gold fireplace.
Gold mosaic fireplace.
What's above it?
So, okay, tell me your questions.
Okay. So here we go, Allison. I am going to ask you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions.
So maybe I should look at it instead of Gary holding it.
No. No. Gary, you're so cute. I'm sending you lots of kisses. Allison, you have the answers to these. I'm not going to ask you what day your trash is picked up on the street. And Dave Portnoy did not say call him, so don't tease me about Dave. That's where I do my pizza reviews. My pizza reviews with Dave Portnoy by Barstool Sports, if you really want to have a laugh. I mean, his followers and I...
Just one bite.
Huh?
Just one bite.
Yeah,
you know
just one bite. Everybody knows the rules. But I don't eat pizza looking like this, so I don't know what his guys would think. But, they're football hoodoo kind of girls. But Dave and I just want to say this because I really appreciate him. Dave is somebody who's on the news all the time, and he and I have karma together, and it's magic. I love being with him. He's a gentleman, and I adore him. So are you ready for your first question?
I'm ready.
Okay. What was the most fun project that you've ever done?
My most fun I think when I went to Alaska. So I did a really huge job in a hospital that it was a government hospital, and they hired me to do the entire place, the lobby, every treatment room. It was probably the largest job I've ever done. And the contractor ended up getting mauled almost to death by a polar bear. So he lived, and we became really good friends. But I had to go and help with the installation. And it was wonderful because it was in Barrow, Alaska.
Did you how long were you in Alaska, and did you bring Gary? Did you bring Gary to protect you?
No, I actually brought a friend with me, and it's dark 6 months out of the year, so the suicide rate in Barrow, Alaska is really high. So they hired me to do all this crazy color, and it was beautiful. The mayor met me at the airport, and it was just so nice. I mean, it was in the glaciers.
Okay, Allison,
it was great.
I'm going to time you because I want to get to the rest of these questions. And that's a wonderful story, and you're a beautiful person, and I'm sure they loved you in Alaska and still talking about you up there, are they?
Well, I've gotten more jobs from there, the community center, so I've gotten more, and I've become friends with all the Inupiats. I never knew what an Inupiat was ever.
I already realized we're going to have you come back on so we don't feel desperate for all the people that are going to want to see more of you. Would you consider that?
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Okay. Are you ready for your next question?
Yeah.
What was your most colorful project where you just went crazy being the colorful creative that you are?
Yeah.
Well, I did all the L'Oreal building. I did all of the floors. Like when you got off the elevator, they actually let me do whatever they had a color scheme. Very wild and crazy, and they let me kind of go to town.
Okay, so can people at some point find pictures of these on the internet? Are there stories that we're going to let people know how they can contact you afterwards? Because I know a lot of people, this is such a wonderful visual story, and you and I are visual people. I know that they're going to want to be able to get some information after. We'll make that possible. Are you ready for the next question?
Yes,
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay, what is your most famous project that you've ever done? And was it with a celebrity, or was it an event, or was it a cruise ship or club?
Let's see. Well, I can name a few. I mean, I do
You go ahead, go for it.
Elton John's house, Rihanna's house, Pink. I mean, that's like.
Wait a minute, wait. Everybody wants to know what you did for Elton John.
Oh, I did his son's bathroom. I did the whole bathroom, and it made it into Architectural Digest. So that was very lovely. I did Pink's kitchen, and I did Rihanna's bathroom.
Was Pink's kitchen pink?
What?
Was Pink's kitchen pink?
No, it was this really wavy, beautiful matte tile. It was gorgeous, and I make everything by hand in Brooklyn. One thing that I think is very important, especially now, is that we're 100% U.S. made. All my materials are made here. And, I've been manufacturing in New York City for 30 years. And
Amen.
of anything, that's my most important thing to tell you, that I'm so proud. I love our city, and, I love it here. And
you're a real New York City person. Hi, the Found Fashion. Found Fashion is going to make a little appearance on Friday, Allison, and you're going to get to meet her. Are you ready for your next question?
Yep.
What was your most challenging project? One that you took on, started to regret it, and thought, this is going to become a nightmare. And was it because of the people, the places, or the subject matter? What was your most challenging project?
Oh, gosh. I have to really think about that, because I love every project.
You can pass on a question if you want.
Well, I don't think I have disliked any project, because even if I like to do everything, different all the time. So if I don't like it, I wouldn't really take it. So I have to say they're all my babies. So
okay,
pass, because I love it all.
What is your most memorable project?
Well, it's like when you have babies, they're all memorable. I mean, well, you know what? I think Bloomingdale's, because Bloomingdale's has been so supportive of me, and they keep having me back. They've been I've done 2 huge sculptures, and I absolutely love them. So I think Bloomingdale's is my most memorable, because they're all like family to me at this point.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned Bloomingdale's, because they were really on my list. I remember a cold winter night, and we were all standing because you did the windows, one of the windows with Suzanne Barst, right?
Yeah.
And Suzanne is like an iconic, fabulous fashion person here in New York City. I miss seeing her, and I think that she's watching maybe, and if she is, I'm giving her a shout out. She's just an amazing woman.
I love her.
I remember we were all standing outside the windows as they became. Tell us a little bit more. I'm going to run the show a little bit longer than usual. I think if we get some thumbs up, tell us a little bit briefly about Bloomingdale's and your experience there. I know that they did a whole thing on shoes, and your shoe gets more interest on Instagram. And tell us a little bit more about Bloomingdale's experience there in terms of your mosaic and your art and the fashion.
I've done a window or more for the last 3 Christmases. I did Men's Fashion Week, where they gave me every window and we made it a gallery. Then they asked me to do an 8-foot shoe. Whoops, hold on. Okay, Gary gave me the phone. So I did a shoe that was 8 feet, and then they said that the Instagram was that was the most Instagrammed picture. So I created a real shoe, like a Judith Lieber bag, all Swarovski crystal. And now you could buy the high heel and a handbag, well, a little evening bag. And then they had me do the Tom Ford bottle, which is 10 feet tall, and it sits in the cosmetic department.
Wow.
So there, I have to say Bloomingdale's supports local artists, and I'm so grateful to them. And
Well,
I love them.
so people can actually go to Bloomingdale's and see your work. And it's too
Oh,
bad you don't have one of your purses. I do not want Gary to go running off with the telephone and we lose you
Oh.
if we're going to go and get one of those.
I'm here.
Okay. So my final question for you is, what is your dream project that is still waiting for you out there that you haven't done because you've done so much, but there has to be that one thing that you really, really would love to do? What is that, Allison?
So, okay, I really want to get back into fashion. I'm always going to do my tiles, but I want to use my prints on clothing. Now more than ever, I feel like in the past few months, people have been staying home. I've always been a caftan girl, always wore large caftans. And I think that I would like to put my prints on caftans and little beach bags. And I just think beautiful dresses for, I'm not a small girl. I mean, I'm a 14. I mean, I don't really know if I should say
You're
that.
not a 14.
Maybe.
Last time I checked, you were around a 12, 10.
No, well,
Oh,
you checked before, COVID.
where?
But I think that the caftans are beautiful, and I'd love to do all of my prints on a dress line. That would be my dream.
So, Allison, I think that this might be a good place to finish our guest. I'm so happy you joined the dress up party, which is every Wednesday at 5:15. And on this Friday, I'm going to go a little bit out on a limb. And for those that are watching, I want to invite you to go into your closet and out into your life with a piece of clothing that you would like to share, and you've got to be wearing it because it's a dress-up party. And Allison, would you come back and be the judge with Gary? Hi, Gary. I love a guy that
Hi, Patricia.
is a fashion bomber or a husband bomber.
Right.
Your wife did beautifully. And so on Friday at 5:15, we're going to have Into Your Closet and Out Into Your Life. That's going to be a segment on our show. And Allison will come back and be the judge. And so, Allison, when you get your clothing collection together and your fashions, will you come back and join me and share your caftans and your next vision? And I can't wait to see you and hug you in person.
Yes.
And thank you for being the best guest ever. And I'm going to say goodbye to everybody from Purely Patricia's Dress Up Party. Join us next Wednesday again at 5:15 when we will have Michael Tavano on, who is going to discuss cross-dressing into interior design.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh,
okay, well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. And stay healthy and safe. And
I love you, Allison. Make it your best day. See you in bed again.
okay. Mwah. All right. Well, thank you all for watching.
Bye.
All right, have a good night.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye. Thank you, everybody. Everything Europe, you were both. Thank you. Bye-bye, Monsieur Ortiz, Barbara Haberman, Iris. Bye-bye. Join us again this Friday at 5:15. Bye-bye.